Well, g'day fishers. It's officially the Easter long weekend and it looks sensational. Now the weather for Friday, a little bit of southeast wind, maybe a shower, but put a raincoat on. The fish are already wet, so it won't really matter. But Saturday, Sunday and Monday look absolutely sensational. So get out there and give it a go. I don't think you'll get a better Easter weekend than what we're going to get this weekend, that is for sure. As for the fishing, well, I tell you what, a fair bit to report this week. A lot of really nice fish at the moment being caught, from cobia to long-tailed tuna to snapper to marlin to dolphin fish. Port Stephens has it all at this time of year. The only thing we're missing is coral trout. One day maybe, we'll see how we go. If those people believe in global warming, you never know. So what's happening in the bay? Well, the bay's been fishing particularly well. I reckon, like I said, each week this time of year, you can't get any better, that's for sure. We'll begin with our bread and butter species. Some really nice flatties around this week. So if you're keen on your flatty fishing, get up early, make the effort, get up before that sun gets up and go and throw some soft plastics around. You can fish Wanda Headland, Corlette Beach. You can also fish Dutchies, Bagnalls Beach, all the way along Nelson Bay Beach. Little Beach, there's been some crackers caught at Little Beach this week. Definitely between the two wharves there. So definitely worth a shot. And up in the corner, at Shoal Bay there. If you're in a boat, go over the shortcut, Jimmy's Beach, or even up towards Pindimer and North Arm Cove. You'll find a few flatties this weekend, that is for sure. Plastic slow rolling pillies will do the job, definitely, for a feed of flatties this weekend. Plenty of whiting still about, actually. Lots of whiting around. If you're keen on the surface lures, still the back half of the bay's fishing well. Taylor's Beach, over towards Mud Island if you're in the boat there, up towards Tarlee, all that particular area is fishing well for whiting, especially on surface lures. If you're going to be land-based, come and get some worms. We have good fresh local worms as well as a few live worms left, and hit up the beaches locally inside the bay. You'll get some good whiting at the moment. You're keen to put the crab traps in. There are plenty of blue swimmers around. Dooley told me that he got plenty of blue swimmers during the week, so definitely worth putting the crab traps in at the moment. Shoal Bay Wharf, well, it's going to be busy this weekend. You may be able to get a few garfish. I know there's been squid there after dark at the moment, so worth a shot there. Now, the other news, big news, is besides a few bonito and a few tailor being in the bay, there's actually been a couple of longtails in the bay. And if you need a boat, well, think again, especially if you speak to Oscar and KO. Yesterday afternoon, throwing some GT ice creams off the point at Shoal Bay. They got two cracking long-tailed tuna. I reckon they would have been about 19 kilos each. So well done, boys. Couple of junior lads. I think they're only 13 years old and catching long-tail casting at them. Even adults struggle to do that. So let alone a couple of 13-year-old boys. They're doing really well. So good fishermen, those two, that's for sure. So well done, boys, on catching those long-tail inside the bay, but not only that, land-based. So there you go. Couple of longtails inside the bay at the moment. We'll move to the beaches and the rocks. Going to be a good weekend to fish the beaches. There's whiting, plenty of whiting off the beaches at the moment. Some good bream starting to get on the beaches. We actually had a little bit of a mullet run during the week. Had a southerly, the mullet started to run. There's a few good bream off the beaches at the moment. So grab some worms and head up the beach there. The Spit at Fingal will fish pretty well this weekend. I think all the beaches will fish well. With low swell and light winds, it'll be an amazing weekend on the beaches down Berrubi, and you can get down towards Stockton there. It will be busy. I'd recommend getting up very early, that's for sure. Now on the rocks. So this time of year, as we hear, there has been longtails landed off the rocks at the moment, so those keen spinning or live baiting, be worth a shot this weekend. Coming off the back of the full moon, I think it'll only get better as well. Cobia around as well. Lots of sharks off the rocks, unfortunately. It is that time of year when we see the whalers and the bull sharks turn up along the rocks, but plenty of those around at the moment. You can spin up Taylor at Fingal Headland. You can spin up Taylor, I should say, at 1 Mile Point, and also down off Boat Harbour there on that southern point as well. So if you're keen on doing that, the low swell should be pretty good this weekend. As far as other species off the rocks, well, you can give the washers a go. Like I said, there's bream on the beaches. I wouldn't be surprised there's bream in the washers at the moment too. I think snapper fishing might be a little bit hard with less swell off the rocks at the moment. So that's what's happening on the rock scene. Boulder Bay to the north, to the south there, like I said, Boat Harbour, and even down to Fisherman's Bay, all good rock spots. Even get the squid jigs out around Fisherman's Bay. It's not a bad weekend to chase a squid. The water's clear. I think you'll find a few squid off the rocks this weekend. They're good eating, that's for sure. Now, on the offshore scene, so this week, I tell you what, we have weighed some fantastic fish this week. Weighed a 19 kilo cobia in the shop 2 days ago. Today we weighed a snapper that went 7.9 kilos. So it's extraordinary to see these really big snapper around at this time of year. So plenty of bait around. I think they're just feeding. Some cracking fish around. We'll put those photos up on our socials in the next day or so. Spoke to Paul. He had a cracking session on the reds as well, throwing plastics. And he said he came back and got a feed of squid as well. So if you're in around the islands there, especially around Big Island, Hospital Bay, you'll get some good squid in there at the moment, that's for sure. So plenty of reds around on the shallow reefs, and also some good trag around as well. As I mentioned, every week there's plenty of trag around. So if you're after a feed for Good Friday, you can easily catch your trag up to the Big Gibber, out of V21, down to the south there, the Tank Mark Uralla will have trag on them at this time of year, that's for sure. Like I said before, cobia around. They're one of those species, hard to target, but have a live bait out under a float, get a burley trail going, and you should find a cobia. I don't mind a big slab of slimy or bonito out there to find a cobia at this time of year, that's for sure. So actually I've got to make mention of Adam too. He actually got a really nice cobia on a soft plastic up towards Seal Rocks there. It went 19 kilos as well. So even throwing plastics around, you'll get the odd cob. Plenty of dolphin fish on the fat if you're keen to do that as well. Just got to get out there early before the crowds get out there. Around the washes, Fingal Island, some really good tailor in there in the washes just on daybreak. Throw a gurry in there and you should get some good tailor. Some nice fish down towards Little Rocky as well. So plenty of good tailor about at the moment. On the shelf, we had a pretty good bite during the week, and then the full moon hit and slowed it up a little bit. I managed to get out there with my daughter, catch a couple of stripes, but I think as we get off the moon there, it should get better. A lot of current to the north, but it seems the southern end of the car park there looks pretty good. Bait's pretty good there, a little bit of current pushing into the west. So a little bit funny at the moment on the marlin scene, but I think it'll come good once we get off the back of this moon. Give it another few days. The marlin fishing should be pretty good out of Port Stephens, as it always is in April. Anyway, we're open all weekend, 7 a.m. Friday through to 5 p.m, Saturday, Sunday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m, Monday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So all weekend for your fishing needs, plenty of fresh bait, and we've got some live worms left, but you want to get in quick for those. Anyway, have a good Easter, and we'll talk next week.